Alright guys, welcome back for another tutorial. Today we're going to be running just a simple command, a warning system. We're just going to add in the warning list, warning add, and warning remove. So what we're first going to do is we need to set up the database for that. So just like the others, we're just db.prepare. We're going to call this table warnings. We're only going to need a few pieces of information here. We're just going to need the guild ID, the user ID. Let me change that warnings to reason. And then we're going to need the issuer ID. And then we're going to need a custom ID. We're going to call that, let's see, we'll call it ID. The reason being is because when you pull the list, you want to be able to call and see the custom ID. And then you're going to want to use the custom ID to delete the warning if need be. So we're going to go ahead into the file. We're going to use our normal /command builder and permissions bit field. So we're going to go ahead and require discord.js. Give me just a second. And then once we close that up, we're going to go ahead and go down and make our module.export. And we're going to call this, W for the time being. We may change the name because we are going to be doing subcommands in this. So it's not 3 different files. Let's go ahead. We're going to set the description. So here we're going to add in the first subcommand. Remember, the C in subcommand is lowercase. With this, though, we're just going to pull 2 options. We're just going to do the member option and the reason. Let's go ahead now, and we're just going to change this to warn. And now we're going to go ahead. We're going to set up the subcommand for the remove. And then we're going to set up another one for list. We're going to let Copilot do that just because we can get the format, but let's adjust this to our need. So we're going to call this one list, and let's give it a proper description on the member. And let's see. Yeah, that should be good. I'm going to leave the regular description they have right there under list saying clear all warnings. You guys can adjust that. I'm just going to pass through that for the video sense. And here we're going to actually set up our default member permissions. This will make it to where non-admin or people without the permission, like how we're using manage messages, people without that permission will not even see that command on their client at all. So we're opening it up on the execute. So what we're going to do here, we're going to set up our log channel. If you guys do not have this set up, you can go back to one of my other videos, and this is where I set that up. So we're going to go ahead. There we go. And from there, let's format. We're going to go ahead. Let's actually tell them, look, if you don't have a log channel, we're going to alert you right away. Set your log channel up. So it's going to be kind of like a permission check. It's just a log channel check, you know? So now we're just going to we're going to go ahead and pull our options. I'm going to grab just a couple extra things that Copilot thinks I'm going to need. I'm doubting I'm going to need most of that. We will clean this up by the end of the video with the stuff we don't need. Make sure you guys are grabbing as well the log channel from the cache.get. Okay? That is very big. And then what we're going to do too, we're going to change up to on the remove. We're going to actually adjust this and put custom ID. So now when you're removing, you can insert the custom ID. Let's adjust that description really quick. I should adjust the other one, but it's just for time's sake. Because this is going to be a 20-30 minute video. So we're going to get the options as well for that, for the custom ID. There we go. And now from there, let's go ahead. We're going to start up our if statement. You can do this in a switch. I'm just going to do it in an if statement for this video. So yeah. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to get the sub command add. And this is basically going to pull that listing right there. And let's go ahead. Let's go to the bottom. For the custom ID, we're going to create this function. We're going to need a way to generate the custom ID. So Copilot wanted to take us off on that. I don't know if Copilot's going to be able to handle that. So we're just going to do this. So I'm setting up, you can see the long string of numbers and letters. You're going to need that. We're going to open up the custom ID portion as just blank for now. And what this is we're looping through. It's going to grab different numbers and letters and all that fun stuff. And it's basically going to put it into the custom ID. So it's going to build it slowly. And we're returning the custom ID. So right here, we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and set the value. We're going to actually do 6, 8, somewhere around there. That's basically, if you notice length, that's what we're passing right there. So let's get our color for our embed. And we're going to call this, that's basic. We're not going to do warn. We're going to name it something better. We're going to do this one, you were warned. And we're going to set the description. Let's see. We can do, you were warned. There we go. Yeah, you were warned. Right here, we're going to do the interactions guild name. And we're going to let Copilot take us off on that portion. It's basically grabbing the ID and the reason. You're going to want that in the fields. And now we're going to set up our second embed. This is going to be for logs. This is what admins are going to see in the log channel section. So we're going to adjust that. There we go. Let's see. Member was warned. Yeah, that seems good enough. Yeah, that'll get the point across. Let's go ahead and close off that first embed. And then above that, we're going to make our timestamp. There we go. All right. And let's clean this up just a little bit. We're going to add our timestamp here on our log embed as well. So now we've got our embeds. Now let's start getting to the nitty and gritty. I'm going to paste this here because this is something so Copilot will recognize, hey, this is what we're doing. So I'm going to set up right here is where we're going to be grabbing database information and inserting. So remember, it is insert into, and then you type in the table that you're wanting to do it in, which it is going to be warnings. And now we're passing in all of our variables. You could pause the video on that if you would like to catch up on that portion. Copilot's wanting us to do more with that try catch right there. I do not recommend that because you want it to be able to send it, per message. We're doing a try catch on a member send and try catch on a log send. And with these, I'm simply just adding console.logs. You guys can adjust the interaction reply if you would like. And then just leave the console log blank. And we're going to go ahead and this is going to be the interaction reply for if the warning went through, everything went through, and then you're golden. So now we're going to open this up on a else if, and we're going to grab our second option. Our second option, we're going to do remove. It's going to be basically the same thing above, Let's just adjust it just a tiny bit since we're removing. So we're going to grab our data again. And then we're going to open up the if there's no data. And then we're going to go ahead. Let's make our embed here. And yeah, for time's sake, we can do that. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm trying to make the videos not as long as normal. Many of you know I code from an iPhone and I remote desktop into a PC to do this. So that's why my videos are a little longer, and yeah. So what we're going to be doing is on just this one, we're just pulling the field for the data.id. And then on this one, on the same thing, we're just showing, hey, that warning ID is gone. And this is where we're going to actually delete it. And now we're going to do our try catch again for the sending portion. And we're going to reply again. So now we're going to open this up again for the third portion. And this will be the final portion. We're going to get the subcommand for list. There we go. And now we're going to open... Oop. Hold on. There we go. Now we're going to open it up. Copilot keeps wanting to take over. Yeah, I don't think it understands what we're going to be doing here because this one's going to be a little bit more complex. So we're going to get data again. Mind you, you could define data above all of the if statements. I'm just doing it this way. This is just how I did it. And now we're going to make another embed. And we're going to call this one, there we go, warnings. So this is basically going to pull the warnings. We're going to have fields as an open array because we're actually going to push to that array every time they have a warning. All right, so we're going to do a for each loop. That actually looks like it'll be fine. Notice how we have D in the parentheses. All right, so now we're going to do if no data. And this is where we're going to basically pass in, there we go. And we're going to have to call the array index of 0 for this. And we're going to open this up and basically display a field saying, hey, you know, there is no warnings for this guy, you know. And then we're going to actually reply with that because that is that'll break through. You don't need to do the loop, anything. That's just, it's over. So now what we're going to do is make another fields. And this one we're going to do is just for spacing. I've tested it just doing with the blanks, like how you do in value. It doesn't work. So we're going to do the name is dashes, and then the value is a blank. This is how you basically say, hey, there's no data. I know what I'm doing. There we go. And we'll clean that up a little bit. Let's close that off correctly. There we go. And then we can hit it with a reply. Let's go ahead. We're going to clean this up just a little bit. So I'm noticing we got an error. Sometimes it's syntax, and I do miss things. So let's have Copilot finish this off really quick. And okay, yeah, so that wasn't it. It was actually that. Mind you, I'm coding on an iPhone, so I did not see that the array was outside of the parentheses. That's bad. So we're going to go ahead now. Let me just npm I was moving files around. I want to make sure I have everything installed. Let's scroll up to, let's just do a quick brief run. I can't do it with that one. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So right there, there's that space at the end of discord.js. It's going to tell you unknown module if you have a space there. It's expecting an exact name. So now we're going to register the commands. There was no errors. Perfect. And let's go ahead. We're going to node period. That's going to start the bot. Let's head over to Discord and try it out. All right, we're going to do an add, and I'm going to warn just myself for this. And okay, there was an error. Let's go to Discord really quick, see what's going on. No such table warns. Let's fix that. It's warnings. Let me check our other callings to make sure that they're all warnings. Okay, so far, yep. Okay. All right, let's try this again. So we're going to go ahead, node period. And let's go to Discord, try it again. Another error. Let's go back. It's saying it's an assignment. Let's go ahead. We're going to change that const to let because it can't be constantly that. It's gaining value. And let's do this. There we go. So you can see that the warn did go through. You can see bot testing v2. Also got a ping there, and I got a reply. Here's bot testing 2 showing the log, and there's the DM showing that I got a warning. Why does warning have okay, I'm gonna fix that really quick. Hold on, I'm not even gonna switch over to VS Code to fix that. It's missing a star, guys. That's all it is. Now I restarted the bot. Let's see this again. So there's the warning. You can see the bot testing v2 again. And there we go. The star is gone. And now it's actually showing it in bold. So this did work. It's working great for that. Now we're going to test the list. And we're going to test it on me. So you can see right there, I have 2 warnings. Both of them have different custom IDs. And we're going to go ahead. Let's check somebody without one. We're going to check the bot. Perfect. So it's showing no warnings. But we just got an error. What is this? Unknown interaction. Okay, so it's something. I always have a weird thing on these ones, but usually when you scroll down a little bit. Okay, so it's right there. It's with the warnings portion on the embed. It looks like. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and check that really quick. Let me get that smaller. No, it's not going to be up there. But we are going to remove this portion really quick. So we have warn right here. We actually don't need that on the remove. And let's go down. Let's see why this error is happening. And okay, so it's not in the actual embed itself. It doesn't seem. Let's go ahead and clean this up too while we're in the file. So all of these ones we actually didn't use. Copilot was saying we were going to need them. And we basically showed them, hey, we don't need that. So let's scroll down. Now we're going to actually diagnose the problem. So it's a part of the warnings embed. Let's see. Oh, that's it right there. We need to return. Because basically it's trying to break out of the loop. All right, so what we're going to do is... Hold on, let's register really quick because we changed that. And now let's start it up. Let's go over to Discord. And we're going to run the command again. But we're going to do remove this time. I'm not going to do a list again because we know list does work. And we're going to put in the custom ID. And there we go. You can see that it got removed. It sent 2 embeds because I sent it on the log channel. And the person got a DM. And there we go. So if you guys are wanting the source code to this video, you guys can join my Discord. Right now I'm offering source code for boosters. So server boosters get source code to the entire bot. So go ahead, check that out. I also did just launch my website. It's https://nullintended.xyz. You guys can check that out. And I'm going to be posting some more updates soon on a couple other projects I got going. See you next time.